Dang it. Let's get it. Welcome to my block. My name is Andre Webley, and I'm going to be the host of this podcast. This is where you're going to get a glimpse of my lifestyle and business, as well as picking up some healthy tips and tricks that will help you make a lifestyle change, starting with your body and mind. Are you ready? Let's do this.
They asked, could he deliver another classic? Who else carried the field on their back with this rap shit? So I treat it like it's my last hit when I craft this magic. How we approaching every single track with, and let it burn slow. For my town, I'm feeling like it's my turn. So integrity in my pen is with every verse. Show simply nothing less than the legend at Grace birth. Yo, was they do more than...
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the latest edition of the Van Van Show with yours truly. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. It is a lovely day indeed. A lovely day indeed. We're back at it again with the co-host. You already know, Dre.
How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having an excellent Thursday. I'm sorry for that.
Sorry. Once again, he's with us. You know, we might have to contract him or something for weekly episodes.
Ooh.
So today we also have another jam-packed show as always. So we're getting straight into it.
Yeah, we're gonna just dive right into it. We're just gonna go for it, see what happens. So today we're gonna talk about our future goals and how we're going to reach them, and areas in our lives that we want to improve while attaining the life that we want to live. So this is part 2 of what we did originally last week when me and Manny started talking about our goals.
And if you guys don't know what the hell we're talking about, tune into the other podcast episode before turning into this one, and then yeah. So other than that, let's get right into it.
Okay, so pretty much the last time me and Manny talked, we went over things that we wanted to do, or things that he wanted to do. So this podcast is mainly going to be centered around Manny and us trying to get Manny to the place that Manny needs to be at, because...
Unfortunately.
Yes. What? Fortunately, remember, my man. So, last time we filled out a calendar and we wrote down like 1 or 2 goals. The goal was pretty much to get inside of Guitar Center and at least mess with some of the equipment. And what I really wanted Manny to do, which is really cool, is that if you guys don't know, Manny made his intro and his interlude.
I made another one too.
Oh, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting, right? So what I wanted him to do is that, you know, get in there, get back to playing instruments, get back to, you know, the things that you really love doing. And if Manny wants to touch on that a little bit, you know, and how he got into instruments again, you know, you guys should either check out the last podcast, and Manny's going to give a little bit about himself right now. We're going to put you on the spot.
All right. So, how did I get started into the whole instruments, musician / business, I guess you could say? Back when I was 10 years old, 11, 12, around there. I was really young at the time. If you guys don't know, or you guys heard in the previous podcast, I was raised with Christian beliefs. So I had Christian values. Growing up, you know, both my parents were Christian, Pentecostal. And so, you know, I was raised into that life as well. And, you know, I started going to church. You know, when I was young, and I didn't care too much about too many things in church. But, you know, as you learn, you know, you grow to understand more, and, you know, you try to become that Christian life that, you know, that our parents want us to live. So, you know, as I was living this Christian life, you know, I gazed upon the drums.
Beautiful drums.
The instruments that was going on at the altar. And, you know, one day, you know, I was just listening, looking, interested. You know, I had that lovey-dovey eyes, you know, when you're like when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was, you know, interested in these percussions. I was also interested in guitars and other, you know, instruments, but the feeling wasn't as strong as it was with drums. So, you know, one day, you know, after listening, watching, consistently watching, listening, all those, I decided, hey, Pastor, put me in. Let me see what I got.
Put me in, coach.
I want to play. So, excuse me. So, it was like, all right, well, we're not going to do it today, but we're going to do it on another church day where it's like not as heavy, I guess you could say. Where it's more like that day it was like a prayer, and then they'll have like a song for the offering. Yeah. So we're like, all right, whatever, at least I get to play something. Yeah. So, as those days went by, I was anxious. I was like, hey, I finally get to, try something new. Yeah. I want to try this. I want to see how it goes. So, as that day approaches, obviously I was nervous and ready to go, and I actually put on like my best suit. Mm-hmm. Well, not a suit, but like a tie. Something
suave. Good. Like, who's this guy?
Something good. And they did what they had to do, and then it was my turn to step up to the plate. So I still remember that day clear as day. That day, it was this older lady. So unfortunately, like I'm used to the fast type tempo, and I still am to this day. But how old ladies, they like slow.
They are opera singers in church.
So, and I was brand new to drum, so I was like, whatever, I'll do whatever I can.
Get the solo going.
So, I got on, and these drum set, they were beautiful. They were from a different church. They weren't even from our church. Like they were.
Brown, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was Pearl. I don't know if you ever heard of Pearl drums. Beautiful as hell. Had a snare drum, which is the one that you play consistently.
Yes, that one.
And then another one next to the hi-hat. And then these we call them tom-toms. Yeah. And then we got the bass drum. And then we have kind of like a bass drum too. So they were beautiful as hell. The skins, they were that what kind of texture that was? It was like that
like
ebony.
metallic?
No, it was like that ebony suede type.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And cymbals everywhere. There was at least 7 cymbals, 7, 8 cymbals.
They had the setup.
Yeah, it was a nice setup. And a double pedal.
Oh wow! All right.
But I didn't know any of that. So I was like, screw it. So when I first got on it, obviously I was like, yeah, I get to do this. What do I do now? Like,
finally in the spot.
And surprisingly, like a beat came out. It was a simple like a gospel type beat, like. Yeah, like that simple beat. It was that beat. And, I was excited because I was playing for the first time, doing it, and I was like, oh sure, like yeah, I got a beat going in, and so the pastor was like, you know what, you could play from now on only on these days. After that, I started listening more to songs. Started saying like there would be like other churches coming in. They were called outings and things like that. So every day I'll just be like, hey, listen to this. Okay, whatever. Okay, this guy. Okay. Then I'll just put on YouTube. At the time, LimeWire. Remember what LimeWire?
Yeah. LimeWire, baby.
Downloaded as many songs as I could know.
Oh God. And, don't say that too loud. The government might be listening.
So I had that, and there was also another one called Bear Share. I don't know if you heard about that one. That one sounds hot though.
Yeah, I had LimeWire, bro. I knew
all
I needed was LimeWire. Everything I could find. Everything I needed.
So I started downloading so many songs, YouTube as well. Like I was listening to YouTube, and I was like seeing different types of how to play. So every of that church day, every time I would go in there and I would implement a new beat. I'll have the same original beat, but then I'll implement like fills. Then the next day I'll implement some more fills. Then the next day I'll add in a different kind of style beat from what I usually play.
Cool, let's do this. No, who's this guy? Who's this guy? He's a new guy every week.
Level 20 strong. So every week I was just putting new beats.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, that didn't happen for months.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, after months later, that's when I started doing all
Progression.
that. Yeah. Until, you know, so I started gaining momentum. There was a time where I knew enough beats, enough, you know, how to play the rhythm, the tempo, how to follow other music. That was the hardest part, following other musicians.
Yeah, I agree.
It was the hardest because all you guys had to make sure you guys are in tone.
Like harmonizing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and if you're playing a fast beat, but this guy's playing a slow beat, it's not gonna work out at all.
Yeah.
You know, or I'll play salsa or, you know, rock, and they'll play like rap or R&B.
Yeah, it's not gonna blend well.
Yeah.
I like
So
you guys are like, you know, clicking.
It has to be on point.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot mess up at all. You know, and that was one of my hardest goals to reach at that time.
Mm-hmm.
As I was still trying to progress. Until finally, you know, I was able to, obviously, I started learning more. I always say that, you know, obviously, since I was raised in the Christian values, I always say that God helped me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that, you know?
Of course.
Other people don't believe that. Some people might not believe it, or some people might, or some people are just like, whatever. So, in my opinion, you know, as I was raised in that, you know, I want to thank God for that. Because it is something that, you know, I started learning different types of rock, merengue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
That's Spanish.
Yeah, my dad had a Spanish girlfriend for a good portion of my life, so.
Reggaeton, rap, hip hop, R&B, yeah, like all these different types of things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm not good at too well is like the jazz type blues things.
Yeah, that's a little bit slower.
Yeah. So I know, like, I know what to play for it, but if I need to transition things like that, I just
it's not your your speed.
The only one that I can do. Other than that, all of them are just like. But yeah, over the years, you know, other drummers came in, and at the time it pissed me off so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had other teenagers. You know, I was in my teens already.
Yeah.
I already knew a good amount of things, but I still wasn't there. You know. Then we had some new, some teenagers come in. This guy was already like a professional drummer, and you know, he had that cockiness. You know, that I'm better than anyone.
Asshole kid.
Yeah, like so every time, and it sucked because you know I wasn't at that level yet. So, and his brother was a guitarist and a pianist. So every time I would play, he'd be like, nah, let's get this, you know, let's get him out of there. So they would put in his brother, and then obviously they would jam. So I was, you know, I was like,
he was frustrated.
Oh man, like damn, like I want to kick his ass, but
he's good at drumming too.
So you know that helped me a lot because. Although, you know, I was pissed off at him, although, you know, we didn't click at first, but I did, you know, some of the beats, I looked, you know, and I listened, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to learn that, I'm going to learn this too, and we're gonna start something up. Until then, we started doing competitions, like who was the better drummer in that church.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I would do one beat, he would do another one. They would just consistently like, yeah, I'm a better drummer than you. No, you're not. I'm gonna do this. Like, it was just, that was annoying.
Yeah, I mean, competition is competition, but damn, like, I can understand how you feel. I used to play the drums growing up, and I went to church Pentecostal as well. I used to go to church out in like Hartford. Oh my God, like we used to drive 30 minutes, 45 minutes just to go to church, and. Churches were dope. You know, I love the music and just getting into it. Like they jam. If you guys ever have a chance to go to a black church,
or Hispanic church,
I guess a church. I should say this: a church that jams out because music definitely has a role in our lives, and I don't care what anybody says. Music will definitely change your mood and your attitude. So get into it. You know, When I want to get motivated, there's certain things I listen to. There's certain people I talk to. There's things I do to get myself into the mood, I guess you could say. So
and it's funny because there's been studies that have shown that music does affect your
well-being.
it's like some chemical there that's I don't know what it's called, but it's a chemical there that changes your mood. So if you're listening to like a depressive heavy metal song, you'll instantly go into like this somewhat depression,
Hey YouTube, I hope you guys are having an excellent day. If you like the video, then like the video. If you dislike the video, then dislike the video. But do me a favor, if you do like it, hit that like button, press share, turn on your notifications so you know when I'm going to be posting these videos. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.